This is gonna work a lot better now. Okay, excellent. Yes. Yes. Alright. Just want to make it publicly clear that no matter what you think you look like, you are beautiful to me. I love all animals, all rodents, no matter what you think they are. Possums, basically a giant rodent. When I mentioned that about teeth, you looking like a rat, I mean, not in a bad sense, not the way society means it. I love rats, they're freaking cute, they're adorable, they're awesome, they're friendly, they're loyal, they're homey, they're company, fun to be around. It's just, I want you to look more like a human being, like you're supposed to be. I want you to look like a human being. A human being is supposed to have a full set of teeth, not a cramped jaw, and not missing teeth either. Though both are fine, just fine. And so, I'm gonna stop recording. Please turn. Oh my god. Cause yeah, alright, give me a sec. Turn this up slow more. How's that? There. Alright, to Miss Branch. You and your son have depleted the resources of your lands. That was what I was trying to fix. However, you have to understand that. Miss Branch. The resources in the cycle of harmony of nature are supposed to flow. And you guys aren't returning resources back to the lands. There's a reason why all your trees were dying, and there's a reason why a lot of desertification was happening. Because deers take many resources to create. It takes minerals, resources, nutrients from the ground, which you guys were not replacing. It takes a lot to make a 150-pound deer, 160-pound deer. A lot. And these nutrients, they get pulled up from the earth, pulled up from the ground, and we never replace them. You get desertification. And when that happens to that degree, animals no longer have a reason to feast there. There's no food. Doesn't matter where they used to live, you will move them from that location if the conditions aren't right around them. It's just more comfortable elsewhere, so they move to the other forests. And so, and noticing that, I wanted, one of the ways to try to restore the balance of the forest was to give back to it. To take care of the trees, to take care of the land. You showed me some photos to my mother. You sent some photos to my mother. And what you showed me was the result of time, dedication, effort, and progress. Those were not random disturbances, my friend. Those were the result of an effort of a child who tried. Who tried to make a difference, who gave a shit. Who wanted the best for his trees. Making little tree rings, that's not disturbing the forest. If 3 people, you would let your family and their dog walk through that forest and not a barefoot little boy who almost makes no sound, who the deer don't even mind or bother anyways. They didn't mind my presence that much, my friend. I could get pretty close to them. They knew who I was. I went in that forest very, very frequently. They never minded my presence. They always came back, probably because of what I did. I left them food and oatmeal out. I give all of my leftovers basically to the forest. I gave them reasons to come back. Each of those deer, however many that you have taken, that's why you're getting desertification. You don't have lush, loamy grass like this. There's a reason why we have this, because we're not taking from it. We're not depleting our resources. You must give something back. That's what I was doing with your trash. Yeah, that's what I was doing with your trash. I didn't think nothing of it at the time. It was just, to me, it's just a resource. Emotionally, no one's going to mind. No one's going to see this but you guys. It wasn't going to affect the safety of the security of your house. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows where you live. You live right there on the street. You're literally, your house name and address papers are right there next to each other. And me working with a business that was worth almost 10 times the property value of what you guys were owning or working with, I didn't really put those things into consideration even at all. Because there was no weight or value to that. In the timeline perception, it wasn't going to affect your guys' lives adversely. It wasn't going to affect your guys' lives adversely. I could sense that. I wasn't just acting blindly. I was doing a needed thing, a needed call. I was responding to the call of nature, to the wild. And you guys almost prevented that. I emptied hundreds of your bags of trashes out into that forest. Buried them. Constantly, consistently. Into my own yards when I could no longer travel. And I had to cut my distances short. They were more scared of you and your dog than and what you guys were doing to that forest than anything else. When you took down all of those trees, took down that whole acre, whatever it was, and you planted corn instead, you disturbed that whole ecology. You moved all that, the grasses and stuff they used to feed on. And that's a large part of their land, and plus with the desertification back there, around here, all over, there's no reason to stay there. That home that they used to have, they just went to the other forest. They said, screw it. It's not convenient, it's not comfortable anymore. Let's go, baby. They didn't leave because of me, they left because of you. How were you treating that forest? You weren't taking care of it, my friend. And if you don't take care of things, you don't deserve to own them. You mistreat your woman, you mistreat your man. You don't deserve to be with them. They don't deserve to be with you. Land belongs to the people who take care of it the most. Who's the one who's actually looking after this for the sake of their children and just tending to it every day? Not just leaving it alone. Not just like, I bought it, it's mine, it's my ownership. That was your whole attitude towards that, my friend. And you and my moms and dads and families as well, all adults here in America. You guys are so entitled to everything. I'm like, what the hell? You guys aren't even taking care of it. You think you own, you say you own it, but you're not even taking care of it. You're not even bothered, you're not even listening to it, you're just letting it go, you're letting it be. Hell, I take care of it 10 times more than you do. God damn it, my friend. Jesus Christ, couldn't y'all see that? Nothing happens by random chance. There's a reason all your fucking trees are dying. Everything's growing so goddamn slow. How stupid can you be? You loving bastard. I love you, man. Love you guys. Thanks for being my neighbor. Thanks for inviting me as a friend. Thanks for treating me well, Miss Branch. Sorry it was so hard to communicate these things. I couldn't talk to you guys. It was just stressful and traumatizing just being around anyone, around you. Just being around people. Couldn't speak. Didn't know how to. I didn't have much of a left brain. I lost most of my language. Most of my ability to structure a communicative thought beyond just one sentence at a time. Unless you listened or spoke to me logically, emotionally, it's hard for me to talk to you. Any emotional person could have understood me. I had good language then. Y'all heard me. I couldn't do I couldn't communicate logical concepts like that. How the hell do I relate this to you? And I couldn't even record my own thoughts. I can't even keep a thought in mind, like a long thing. I just had to live in the moment, emotionally. Just had to learn how to exist. So yeah. Hope it helps, guys. No, it was never intentional. It was never like to try like harm you guys or like try to take away your deer or move your deer away or like scare off the deer. It was the opposite. Don't you understand? It was the opposite. Anyone who talked to me in the judge cell back then knew me. They believed me because I spoke the truth. That's all I ever wanted. I just want the health and ecology of you guys and But if you're not giving back into those cycles, I need to take from you. You need to be taken from. Something needs to be given back. Otherwise, you're going to strip that land bare. And then we all suffer. You guys live in this house. You being your body type's more sturdy. Me being a smaller body type, I dehydrate very, very quickly. I can't live without this thing. I can't live without a humid environment. This is deadly. It's deadly to me. It's taxing upon my physiology, my biology. I need an enclosed space that works. I need humidity. I need to be next to plants. And you guys weren't allowing much of that. And every time your daughter would cut down that grass, it would disturb me greatly. I would suffer, my friend, every single goddamn day. Every time you would do that for weeks. Why are you guys doing that? Why are you cutting the grass? Why are you raking up all the leaves into one pile and burning them, sending all the nutrients into the atmosphere instead of back into the ground? 90% of the nutrients, when you burn something, it get airborne, they get atomized. All the metal salts get carried into the sky. The rain collects it, condenses, humidity condenses around it, and falls to the atmosphere, falls down. So, and your fruit trees were dying. One parrot lost half its body weight, half its branches, just one side gone, just all dropped because there's no food coming in. You just keep taking from it. That's why it's all drying up. And I spend days and weeks and hours and months and years like just going up to these fruit trees, digging holes beside them, dumping all my shit, dumping everything that I have from my body into these trees so that we could repair. Actually, the other one got bigger than the other one. No shit, no duh. I mean, that's why these things are so beautiful, so huge. That's why I got all these plants are all around me. Because wherever I go, I create resources, I anchor nutrients, I make the land richer, I don't take and leave nothing behind. So I actually got somewhat of a decent forest now, guys. I dumped a ridiculous amount of nutrients back there, and even along my own lands. A couple $100 worth of fish meal, fish bone. 200 pounds of fish bones. 200 pounds of fish bones. I dumped all on my property. The animals, insects, took it all back to your forest. You benefited from that, my friend. A lot. We all did. I needed that. We all needed that. However many, 25, I kept coming to Fred's, kept bringing those like 4, 5, 8 pound bags, throwing it back there. The fucking bags, 4 pound bags of magnesium salts, throwing it back there. Bags of iron, like 10 pound bag of iron, I'd go back and throw it back there. 2 pound bags, whatever it was. Manganese, all those elements my dad had. You guys notice it not. It was just disturbance to you, whatever. When you saw me, you're just like, you're stressed out, whatever. Bad reaction. I'm like, if you only knew. They don't know, Lord. They don't know, guys. They don't know. And so, yeah, I'm listening to a call to respond to the universe. Feeding your blackberry bushes so they could feed my family in the future later, instead of just drying up and disappearing like they all were by the tens of thousands. It's just your forest, by the way. If you look, I have pictures of your forest. Your forest and that forest are exactly the same age, and yours is stunted in growth, my friend. Very stunted. Enough said. But yeah, I'm not pissed off, not angry. I'm just trying to get a point across, Just trying to get a point across. First time I've ever done this. Second time now. First one was bad. But please, guys, take care of the things. Take care of the shit around you. It's for your own children's sake. It's for your sake as well. You breathe better. You don't need that atomizer thing. That's why she needs that thing, man. Start feeding her better. Maybe she doesn't have to take as much medications. Walt, it's your mother. I can't do these things for you. I can't do these things for my mama either. I can't do these things for anyone. You guys have to do this yourself. If you want the kingdom of heaven, treat it well. This is the promised land, guys. This is the promised land here on earth. This is where you're supposed to return to. You're supposed to take care of this. You are the shepherds. You are the legal guardians. You are the shepherds. You are the stewards who are responsible for this land. There's no other being in this universe like you. And to deny and to ignore that responsibility and call it the act of God, that's just an act of indifference. It's a lack of willpower. It's a lack of understanding. It's a lack of growth. Lack of responsibility. lack of care, lack of trust. If you don't feed your plants, they die. If you don't feed your cat, they die. They have to go someplace else. They have to go find food someplace else. Don't you understand that? Of course you do. But now knowing that, why would you do that otherwise? You wouldn't. So please laugh, love, and smile more. This is the place you always promise to return to. You always should come back here, but please don't fuck things up. Don't fuck things up in the meantime. Don't fuck it up in the meantime, because it makes it hard to come back and live, to sustain, to grow back here. Because I have to breathe this atmosphere too, lady. My health matters too, and I'm the one actually that cares and that's taking care of shit. I'm one that's actually taking care. I'm the one that's actually taking care of shit. Underpaid as I am, I didn't have a willpower to speak up against any of you. To speak up against you, to ask for to be paid more, or to ask for more recognition. Yeah, you guys just took from that land. I couldn't understand why you didn't see that. It made me mad. I couldn't really talk to you guys, and I didn't want to be mad and talking to you guys because I was really pissed off. I was really mad. I just didn't show it. I was infuriated. What the hell are you doing to our land? I spent lifetimes working for this, and you're just depleting it like nothing. If you look at your forest and that forest, they're stunted, they're grow. Why did you do that? Why did you ignore it? Guys, ignore it for so long. You just took from it. Just saying that so the words are clear. No, this is the promised land. It's not up there. You just return back to spirit. You just return back to everything all that is. You gotta take responsibility for your own life, my friend, for your own soul, for your own spiritual growth. You keep ignoring the message of God. You keep ignoring the message of Jesus, because you never even taught it to begin with. In the New Testament, it was never there. They removed it all. You gotta look at the book. You gotta look at the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospels of Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, she sits right in front of me. She sits with me. She's right there with me always. 3, 4 other angels, 5 angels at all times surrounding me. 6, including this one. They keep me protected. They keep me within synchronicity. They make sure that I don't hurt anyone. I can't. I'm guided. I'm intelligent. I know what's going on. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm carrying out with resources and with nutrients, with ecology. You guys don't. You're not even you're not even conscious. You're not even aware. How could you be if you let all 3, 4 of your trees die? These giant behemoths, way older and bigger than any of the things that I showed you. Way bigger than this tree. Way bigger. Way bigger than all those. They're old. I didn't want those trees to go. Because you take all their leaves away. They need that as mulch to keep the ground from evaporating, drying out. To keep it fertile. So they have something to eat during the winter. You're not feeding them during the winter, Miss Branch. That's why you have no grass. That's why the trees are dying. Because you deplete all the nutrients year after year. Not taking care of things. Not looking after things like just because no one told you the right way to do something doesn't mean you're still not responsible. You're still responsible for it. You pick up a gun, you shoot it. Wow, holy crap. Nuke, 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 nuke. And it's like, you can go on fire, man, you're still responsible for it. And it's like, oh, I didn't know it would do all that damage. Like, then, like, something like days later, like, all the trees will start dying. It's like, oh, I didn't know that's what happened. That's what you're doing when you burn the things up in the air. You send all the nutrients, the resources, airborne. And it helps everything else. You're basically donating that's what, you're providing a service, but at the cost of your own expense. You're exhausting all your resources, Miss Branch. I didn't want that to take place. You have resources coming in through your trash, through things that you don't eat. The foods that you should be throwing instead into the garbage, into landfills, to be collected someplace else, into your own grounds, and so that your children can have something to inherit. I want your children to have something to inherit, Miss Branch. And you weren't leaving them that chance, that possibility. You were going to destroy it all. And so I stepped in and I took care of it for you. And you punished me for it. Do you know how I feel? A little angry, but at the same time, I understand because I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. I thought it was obvious. I thought it was obvious. Jesus H. Christ. Take care of your fucking lands. That's so goddamn hard to ask. That's what the Native Americans wanted. That's why you freaked them all out. You gave them measles and mumps because like you're destroying all this beautiful property, and it's like spent years and lifetimes building, kept these trees were growing thousands of years, and you guys just step in, you cut it all down, take it all away. What are you doing? Die! I'd rather you die than this continue to let happen. My family worked lifetimes for this. Oh my God, they're crazy. Destroy, take. Rob, rape. Let's obey the love of God. You're ignoring it all around you. You want the answer to heaven? It's right here. Take care of the goddamn earth. Take care of it. And none of y'all do. You exhaust the resources constantly, and you give nothing back. Return the nutrients and the resources back to the ground. Stop sending it off to the landfills. Your families need these resources more than they do. More than you do. What the hell are they going to do without it? When the nutrients and the resources, when it's all desert, you deplete it all because you sent it all away? How does that make any sense? Why are you sending your nutrients and your resources off? Constantly to the landfills instead of collecting it and anchoring it back into the earth. You guys are so wasteful in your habits and you don't even know it. You're locked in patterns of thought. You mow the grass too low, too often, too soon. You don't let it grow enough. You don't let bushes grow enough. You don't let trees grow enough. You don't let the plants and animals be. Some of you, back in country, back home, they didn't care. They locked me up because I took care of the land. Because I gave a shit. And they didn't. They just took and took and took. And when I saw a chance, an opportunity to recycle some of the resources, some of the trash that were being given, expelling and not even making use of, I gave it back to the lands. And they locked me up for it because they didn't understand. They didn't understand that nutrients and resources and leaves are supposed to go back into the ground. They're not supposed to be burnt. When you burn stuff, you send it into the atmosphere. All those, the metal salts, the ions, they get atomized, they get sent up. Like Australia. It helps everyone else but you. Basically. And so how are you ever going to build something sustainable if you keep depleting everything? And the answer is you can't. You can't build anything sustainable when you're constantly depleting yourself. Your refined foods are this way. Your sex habits are this way. And that's only because you've been circumcised. Mother Nature didn't do this to you. Man did. Our society did. Our society did this to us. Locked us in the patterns of habitual patterns of degradation. Not taking care of things. Not taking care of ourselves. Not building resources, a future out for our children. Y'all are taking the nutrients and the resources from around you, not even aware of it. You're not paying attention to any of it. That's why we have trees, resources, and frogs, and that's why all the animals are coming over here. Because there's food. Real food. Not that corn shit. Refined food. Artificial fertilizer. Haha. You know? I love y'all. But we need to start taking more responsibility. All of us. Be more sensible to these things. We need to start using common sense. Do what the Native Americans did. Stop sending our nutrients, our resources out into the oceans. Guys, whenever you poop, it's supposed to go back into nature, not to the septic system. That just empties out into the ocean, constantly depleting our lands. That's why I have so much desertification going on, so much sand. That's why nothing's growing over there. That's why the food tastes like shit. That's why the food lacks power. It lacks healing properties. Unless you go out into the wild and eat that. Thank you for listening. I'll do more to explain better online. This video is going out. My name is Jesus! But you may just call me Dean! My handle on YouTube is called @DeanIsJesus. That is who I am. I may not be able to speak or cleverly communicate words in your own language the way I want to, but that is who I am, a spirit. And I will not deny it! Ever! They tried to hurt my friend Luna's soul! Christ it! You go down, bastards! You little shits! I will destroy you! For not making amends! How dare you not answer our calls? How dare you ignore our messages? How dare you delete our comments? You deleted all our videos! Everything that you worked for! Everything that we worked for as a community! You deleted and treated it like trash! Like we meant nothing! This is what my segment instead of us! So you're recorded. All of you. Leave me alone, Mother. I'm just recording this for time's sake. These are words that need to be said for a long time. My friend got personally hurt, and no one did a goddamn thing about it because I couldn't communicate this to anyone. All these guys stood by and let me suffer for years on my own with brain injuries, brain problems, not giving a shit, ignoring me completely. What was I supposed to do? I remained silent. I held my peace, and I took my time. I healed myself, so I could communicate, so I could speak. And so I will do so. Thank you guys. This neighborhood needed to hear that. Dean Simmons has sustained some pretty life-threatening injuries for these past few years, and he's been ignored. He's fought off the Illuminati for you guys. He's already died once for your sins, for your ignorance. Sin doesn't exist unless we create it. The only harm we cause is the harm we cause to ourselves, that punishment. False punishments is sin. Making love to one another is not a sin. Being happy is not a sin. Searching for God is not a sin. You didn't sin before you came to earth. You were born beautiful. God damn it. The fuck are they teaching you all in school? Shit. Yeah. But yeah, just look for me, guys. My name is Dean. D-E-A-N. I am here. I live again. I only speak like this because I've been ignored for far too long. I'm here. Please be well. Please be merry. Please be hopeful. Please be joyful for a bright and happy future. That's all we have. It's the current, the present now. Time doesn't exist. You're surrounded by lies, things that don't make sense. The COVID, the vaccines, it's covering up the sky, the stars, the lights in your eyes.
There's aqueous mercury in those vaccines, guys. That's why you're so closed off. You can't feel what's going on around you in nature. You've lost all sense of connection to those around you. You don't even know who I am. You can't feel for me. Your nerves are closed off because of what they gave you. Poisonous mercury, guys. They lower your systems up with that shit. The main takeaway is you are spirit. You are born to be happy. That is how you stay youthful. And from aging, you youth when you smile. You stop aging when you smile. And you become younger when you hold it for long enough. Enough said. Thank you. Sorry, but thank you. That needed to be said.